Hello, everyone, and today we're going to be going over a pretty big topic that has taken over the landscape of gaming the past couple days. Now, with the growth of extraction shooters like Escape from Tarkov and Dark and Darker, AAA studios are looking to enter the market and capitalize on the increasingly growing audience looking to play these types of games. Now, Bungie decided they wanted to join in with their title Marathon, which from the distance looked like it could have been a good game till you got a little look at the characters and realized that it wasn't going to be it. With marketing push aiming to streamers to leverage those wanting to play the game during a public playtest, some, including me, had many technical issues with none of them being resolved or even talked about. And yes, I am a little happy to see the downfall. Well, a little, because it sent me down a path of gambling and I lost everything. And I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm good. I swear. I swear. I swear. But since players were now getting a chance to view the world in its entirety, an artist by the name of Anti-Real on Twitter noticed some of the art in the game looked a little too similar to their own work, and not just a couple instances or things that could have been their work, but quite literally copy-pasted, as we can see in these comparisons posted by Anti-Real, each revealing how much was truly taken. Now, they did also add that they didn't want to sue Bungie legally, as they didn't have the energy nor the resources to do so. Also, adding that they've been working on this style for over 10 years and they are tired of designers mood boarding and parasiting their work instead of them hiring her. This whole situation reminds me of the meme, you can copy my homework but change it up a bit. There was no changing it up a bit. Bungie is now calling the artist who added these files to their texture pack an ex-contracted employee. I just see it as a cop-out with how big Bungie is and how many checks need to happen at AAA studios. I don't see how they could have slipped through the cracks. Now, what makes this whole situation worse is the art director for Marathon, Joseph Cross, follows Anti-Real on Twitter. Now, this blew up pretty quickly, spreading like wildfire, and has notable figures like Asmongold and Upper Echelon all making videos talking about this situation and watching it unfold live. Seeing this all go down was honestly quite insane, and as time went on and more examples flooded the timeline, I was honestly surprised at how bad Bungie had messed up this time. Now, just 2 days after this post on Twitter, Marathon held a dev blog live stream where they had planned to show off a plan for the future, an update, and possible tweaks to make the gameplay better. Instead, we got a public execution with many technical issues plaguing the stream, with having no audio to sometimes double audio and triple audio at one point, where their discords weren't working. They had to repeat questions. They made up questions. Here we have a clip that was taken during the stream showing how many technical issues they were having, with one of the devs having to relay the message from the one on Discord and even got the question wrong.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you repeat it?
Uh,
Yeah. Just so I can relay it to Cross, because
Instead of-
Cross can't hear you right now. But
Instead of scrubbing so many assets, would it not make more sense to employ the artist, who obviously has nailed the aesthetic?
The question was, instead of scrubbing all the assets, wouldn't it be easier to employ the artist who made all the assets?
Yeah, I mean, and for what it's worth, we're confident that the majority of the assets in that capacity are original, created internally by our internal artists. We would love to work with Anti-Real if that's an opportunity that presents itself. I mean, that's part of what we sort of reached out to communicate.
Now, I feel with this whole stream that Bungie left them in the middle of a lake with no life vest and a weight attached to their ankle. Dev adding that all the assets were created in-house surprises me, and I highly doubt that at this point. Unbearable to watch. Now, not only was the stream having issues, but so were the computers that the devs were using. And the stream overall was just a clusterfuck, if I'm honest. But we did get some information on what they had planned to do to remedy the situation, along with an apology from Joseph, as we can hear here.
Great. And so to that extent, I want to send my personal apology to Anti-Real, whose work was used in this case. And I know how unfair this feels, and we're doing everything we can to make this right with her. Her work is fantastic, and we clearly share mutual appreciation for a specific genre of graphic design, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited have folded that into our style in general. So thanks for listening and thanks for your patience.
Now, there was also more added after this clip, and it was basically the same thing. He just kept rambling. It was like a public execution. It was so bad. He had to just sit there, and chat was going insane. It was a crazy thing to watch live. Now, we are a couple days out from the stream and haven't had an update from Anti-Real, but this has caused some ex-employees to come out via posts from the Game Post and saying that leadership was toxic and humiliating, and later remarked that Bungie needs to be fully gutted for there to be any progress with the studio. And with how the Destiny 2 community has been treated basically since the game came out, I can see this being correct. Now, it is an ex-employee, so they could just have disdain for the studio for being fired, but context clues kind of lead me to believe them. Now, if there's any future updates, I'll be sure to make another video. For now, slop on.